Why?
Hi, my name is Raghav, and the topic I chose for this science fair is Archimedes' principle. Why I chose this project is because when I was swimming in my pool and got out, I felt a lot heavier, and when I went back in, I felt a lot lighter, and I wanted to know why this was happening. And I realized this was all explained in Archimedes' principle, which states when a body is immersed fully or partially in a fluid, it experiences an upward force which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. And now I want to demonstrate Archimedes' principle. So I have a sandbag and a spring scale. And if I weigh this, it shows 2 Newton, which is equal to 200 grams. And if I weigh it inside water, it shows 0.8 Newton, which is equal to 80 grams. And the weight of the sandbag inside water decreased due to the upward force, which is the buoyant force. And to get the buoyant force, we need to subtract the apparent weight, which is the weight inside water, from the real weight, which is the weight outside water. And if we do this, we will get 120, which is our buoyant force. And now we're going to calculate the weight of the displaced water. So now it says 302. And without water, and with the water it shows 100, and without the water it shows 182. And if we subtract these two, we will get 120, which is our buoyant force, thus proving Archimedes' principle. And why did Archimedes come up with this principle? There's actually an interesting story behind it. Long ago, there was a fellow named Archimedes who was born in 289 BCE in Syracuse, Sicily. One time, the king asked his goldsmith to make a crown for him, and when it was done, the king suspected that the goldsmith had used a little bit of silver and the crown was not made of pure gold. But the king could not prove this, so he called in his most intelligent scientist, Archimedes, to help with this problem. But there was a catch. Archimedes could not damage the crown whatsoever because it was the king's crown after all. Archimedes did not know how to solve this at first. So thinking about this, he went to take a bath in a fully filled tub. And when he climbed into the tub, he realized that some of the water was overflowing. And he also realized that the more he went into the tub, the more water was overflowing. After realizing this, he jumped out from his tub and ran out in the streets shouting, "Eureka! Eureka!" which in Greek means, "I have found it." And what did he find? He found the answer to the king's problem. Well, all Archimedes needed to do is get a lump of pure gold and get the crown and put them in 2 different jars and see how much water they displaced. If they displace the same amount of water, then the goldsmith has not cheated the king. But if they displace different amount of water, then the goldsmith has actually cheated the king. But what if the goldsmith only used 10% silver? It will be too hard to notice the difference between the two, even if the goldsmith has cheated. And that's when Archimedes came up with a brilliant idea. But I don't have a gold crown and a lump of pure gold. But I have 2 objects that weigh the exact same. I have a rice bag and a sandbag. And as you can see, when I weigh them, they are equal. And when I put them both in water, since the sandbag has a higher density, it sinks, while the rice bag stays afloat. Similarly, the the gold the gold crown stayed afloat while the lump of pure gold sank to the bottom, which proved that the goldsmith was actually cheating. And that's how Archimedes' principle was created. And when we talk about Archimedes' principle, it's all about buoyancy. And when we talk about buoyancy, the first thing that comes to our mind are ships and how do ships float. Well, ships are actually designed in such a way to displace a lot of water that is greater than the ship's weight itself. And a lot of the ship's underneath is actually hollow, which decreases the density of the ship. Plus, our ship's bottom has a curved bottom to help it not tilt side to side and help it go in a straight forward line. Thank you.